Hello, beautiful people. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling amazing? Are you feeling good? Or are you excited to learn something new? Well, today is going to be all about Instagram Reels 101 and how can you use Instagram as a business tool in 2023 and the years to come, as a brand, as an individual, both. Let's dive right into it. But before that, let's quickly get to know me a little better. Who am I? I am the co-founder and CEO of Big Mouth Digital and Media, which is an agency which I ran for about 5.5 years and worked with about 150 plus brands across 15 plus industries and delivered 650 plus campaigns on digital. And I'm also the chief educator and founder at Tarun Speaks. Along with that, I also run a podcast called Be Limitless with Tarun Makhija and an Instagram show called Tarun Ke Saath, with the only intention of giving back to people whatever I learn and whatever new guests which come on my podcasts and my Instagram live show can give back. And I am an IT engineer. Yes, I'm an IT engineer turned digital marketer, come educator who loves to spread smiles wherever I go. So far, the big mission that I am here for is to train and educate and empower 1 million individuals by December 1st, 2025. So far, we've been able to teach and train and empower 11,093 individuals and professionals. Well, I have worked with brands like Axis Bank, Tanvarsha, Flomic Global Logistics, Blue Sea Worley, Purple.com, Organic Harvest, Gatsby India, to name a few out of the 150 brands I have worked with in the last 6 to 7 years across 15 plus industries. I have worked on 650 plus campaigns on digital, and I have delivered 675 plus sessions on digital personal branding and content creation, both a mix of offline and online. I have delivered about 60 plus keynotes so far, and each one of them has been a lot of fun. I have a combined experience of 7 plus years in counting in digital marketing, branding, and in business. This is me at a few glimpses of my very first batch on the bottom right, very first batch of my coaching and training and corporate training career. And this is me teaching at various colleges, various institutes. And this is me training at corporates and me getting an opportunity to represent my agency at the Google headquarters in Mumbai in 2019 as one of the top 50 upcoming digital marketing agencies of the year 2019. Awards I've won so far are the Next Big Creator Award by Pepper Content in 2021, the Captain of the Year in 2021 by My Captain, and the Captain of the Month for several months as well. And also, I was ranked as the top 50 educators in the country by Graphy by an academy. I have delivered corporate trainings and sessions and workshops at HDFC Bank, Reliance Retail, Tata Play, Reliance Entertainment, Wellington Institute, Masters Union, SP Jain, VIT Valor, and so many more. And I'm also associated with platforms like Seco.com, ADMC, Exili, IID, Creator Club, Tag Mango, Graphy, and many more. And a few brand collaborations I've done with a brand called Victorinox and Pepper Content. Now that's pretty much what I have done so far, and I hope you could take back all the learnings from me in this session. All right, let's dive right into it. So first and foremost, before we come on to this question, which is why do you think Reels are trending, I want to ask you a question. How many of you watching this video right now are present on Instagram? I'm sure everybody who's watching this video is present on Instagram, right? How many of you use Instagram on a daily basis for at least 15 minutes or more? Everybody will say yes. I am not even doubting that. How many of you have tried using Instagram as a business tool? As a business tool, you might wonder. We just go there for memes or just for scrolling or just for getting and consuming content. Well, the thing is that Instagram is one of the fastest growing platforms in the last 3 years. And in 2023, it's going to go a step further and brands are going to use it as a business tool much more than ever. Right? With that being said, I want to tell you each and everything about Instagram step by step, one after the other. Instagram as a platform has grown year on year with millions of people coming on board as monthly active users. Even our parents are now on it, right? From people who are just 13, 14 to people who are 65 are spending time on Instagram. Well, just try to understand what is Instagram all about, what kind of content works on Instagram, what are its features, and so on and so forth. Number one, what are the different features on Instagram? Number one is the first thing that anybody will observe about you, which is going to be your username or your profile picture. If you're a brand, make sure it's the brand logo. If you're an individual, make sure it is an image of yours in your personality. Whether it's a suit, whether it's a t-shirt, you decide. Secondly, they will notice your username. Three important things to keep in mind while choosing a username for your Instagram. It has to be unique and easy to remember. It has to be available in the first place. Try using and avoiding any numbers or any symbols which are difficult for people to retain. Number three, you can also add things which are related to your niche or your brand. For example, Big Mouth Digital as a username tells you that Big Mouth is a digital marketing company. And for that matter, another idea I can give you is Tarun Speaks. So you understand that Tarun Speaks as an Instagram handle is talking all about something related to speaking, training, coaching, public speaking, right? All right. So keep this three things in mind so that you can then better your Instagram username. And as a brand name, it is better to have a username which is unique, easy to remember, and available in the first place. Apart from that, what else are there? After you come down from your profile picture to your username, you can see your Instagram bio. Your Instagram bio has to talk about three things: who you are, what do you do, and why should I follow you? If you're a brand, tell me what are your services, what are the key clients you've worked with, and why should somebody get in touch with you. After that, add a CTA, which is a call to action, which is going to point to your link in bio, which is a link to your website, to your portfolio, to whatever you want to showcase as a latest campaign, latest product launch, latest service launch, whatever. So your bio has to be who you are, what you do, and why should somebody follow you in that order. After that, a CTA, which is going to take you to enrolling now in a course, giving them a lead magnet, giving them a free resource, or your portfolio or your website. After that comes Instagram highlights. Treat Instagram highlights like a menu button for your brand. Tell them about you, your key clients, your testimonials, and your key services. These 4 to 5 highlights are more than enough, whether you're an individual, as a personal brand, or a brand that you're handling itself. These are the highlights which you can really make most use of, because some people might not just scroll down, might just stop over here, right? Then comes your core content, which is going to be a mix of videos, reels, stories, posts, carousel posts, and so on and so forth. While I want to tell you that one of the most underrated content pieces on Instagram is Instagram Live. I'll tell you why. Number one, only very few users on Instagram, hardly 10% Instagram users, actually end up going live. That's where your opportunity is. When people go live, what happens? Your story circle comes right at the top of their stories and says Tarun is live. Second, Instagram sends a notification to all the people following you that Tarun is live and now speaking on such and such topic. That, my friend, is the most underrated feature. Now, third, what can you do in your lives? Host a Q&A session as a brand, show your BTS, show your product development, do whatever you can, build an entire show around your Instagram live, but please go live because it's the most real, raw, best way to connect with your audience. Then comes Instagram guides. Instagram guides are a combination of your posts that you have converted and posted on a specific topic. Let's say, for example, I posted 10 reels on social media trends of 2023, part 1 to part 10. I combined them together in a guide, put it all together, and then posted it as an Instagram guide. What does this do? You can showcase a portfolio of your clients. You can divide the clients according to their industry. You can divide your services if you're a baker, if you're a person who's selling products. If you are into services, you can divide your services into different highlights, different guides rather, and keep your best posts which describe that service for the client in those. Now with that, what will happen, my friend? You're creating a Instagram portfolio for yourself, which is going to not only make sure that people understand what you do in depth, but also make them understand that this is what you do in this particular service, or this is what you do in this particular product, or these are the kind of clients you've worked with, plus, and more, and more, and more. Then comes Instagram stories. We'll come back to reels. Don't worry, we'll come here. Then comes Instagram stories. Instagram stories are the most amazing way to build engagement with your followers, interact with them, learn more from them, learn more about them, involve them in your process of creation of a product or a service, or just to make them a part of your day, and so on and so forth. Instagram stories have at least 15 to 20 stickers, right from location, music, GIFs, ask me a question sticker to polls, and more and more and more. This in turn tells you that this is the one feature where you can actually be raw, be real, because everything disappears after 24 hours. Secondly, there are multiple features for people to interact with you, right? From a question that you can ask them about a topic, about a product of yours, about a service of yours, or you can just simply be yourself and showcase what is happening in your company, behind your brand scenes, behind your campaign planning, behind your product planning, behind your factory, behind shipping orders, all the behind the scenes of the business, which is the real, the raw, the actual things that you do that you do not showcase to people. Show them on Instagram stories and they will get you a lot of great engagement. The more you ask questions on Instagram stories, the better it is. The better the engagement, the better your chances of interacting with that account, and that account, if it's a new person, might end up just following you. So Instagram stories are for the run money. So Instagram stories are the most important aspect in the content pieces on Instagram. Then there is another beautiful thing called Instagram DMs. Well, this is where you can approach people and directly sell your services to by not coming across as a creep, right? Imagine you are a salon which has opened up just last month in Worli. Go to the location, select Worli. See the posts of people who have located and tagged Worli in their location on Instagram on the top of their posts. Then what you need to do, my friend, is send them a DM that, hi, hello, we are a XYZ haircutting salon or a salon which is there specializing in beauty services for men and women. Please do come over visit. The first haircut is on us. You're not acting as a creep. You're just telling them that you exist. And it's a beautiful way to market if you're a local business in a specific city of the country. Right or wrong? You never thought of location that way. So don't come across as a creep. Send them in a DM on Instagram. What is your product about? What is your services do? And if there is an offer for them, because I will only come if there is an incentive for me. All right. Having said that, Instagram DMs are one of the best ways to engage your customers, engage your clients, engage your prospects too, and even convert your prospects into the customers as well. So try using Instagram DMs, again, not like a creep, but across as a brand, following your brand tonality and your brand voice that you've set already in the initial branding days. Finally, after all of this hard work, the thing that you've been waiting for, Instagram Reels. They are the most highly consumed content piece in today's day and age. Started back in 2020 with just 15 seconds to now a cap of 90 seconds. And videos also eventually got merged with Instagram Reels. So a question to you is that why do you think Reels are trending? I want you to think about this. Why do you think Reels are trending? Take a moment, think about it, and write it in your diaries, and then we will tally the answer in the next slide. Whenever you're ready. All right, we're going to go next in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is exactly why they're trending. They're bite-sized, short, sweet, easy to consume, simple, not very hunky-dory, not high level of productions. While people are doing that too, but they're simple, they're raw, they're neat. And third, they're catchy because there is too much happening in just 30 seconds or 60 or 45 or 15 or 10 or 90 for that matter. Got it, everybody? I'm sure you know this guy called Khaby Lame. From being a nobody to being a social media superstar and getting brand endorsements too is Khaby Lame, who generated millions of followers on Instagram, not even spoke a word in any of his videos. He's spoken zero words in any of his videos till date. Yes? All right, let's move ahead. How did I do it? How did I get my Reels reach to going from 1,000 views to a couple of lakh to eventually some of them going to millions to some of my students going to 10 million views and so on and so forth. There are two very important parts of an Instagram reel. Let's break that down. It is the video and the audio. Let's take them both together step by step. Firstly, understanding more about the video. The video is divided into three parts. The first one of that being the structure of your reels is divided into three parts. Let's try and break down the structure of Instagram reels. The first one being the hook. The first part is the hook. It is said that anybody to be able to complete watching your reel needs to watch it at least for 3 to 4 seconds to develop an interest and continue watching for 15, 20, 30, 90 seconds. You just have the first 3 seconds to impress your audience, and that is where the hook comes into the picture. What is a hook? Hook is a strong bait, is a strong thumbnail, is a strong caption, is a strong content, strong editing. When you try and catch your audience's attention with a transition as simple as a clap, as simple as a thumb on the camera, as simple as the hand on the camera, or just turning around, that makes them want to stop and watch your video further. Whether you like it or not, transitions get you what Instagram likes, which is more attention, more people spending more time, and more people eventually checking out your profile and then maybe ending up following you. So what happens according to the Instagram algorithm, a view counts after a person has watched at least 2 to 3 seconds of your video. And the video initially, when your video is released of your Instagram reels, is shown to a batch of people. If it performs well, that is, if people watch more than 3 to 4 seconds, then it is exposed to more people by Instagram itself. If people skip in the first couple of seconds, they understand as Instagram that this video is not going to be good. So using hook is one of the most important aspects of your Instagram reels structure. Second comes the body. When it comes to the body, it's all about the meat. It's all about the most important content in which you can do the 3 E's of social media. Any content that you upload on social media, it is going to be surrounded by 3 E's of social media, which is either a content has to educate the audience, empower the audience, or simply entertain the audience. Like for example, in the body content, I'm going to give you some examples that you can implement in your business and in your personal brands as well. The algorithm firstly prefers this one thing. Now, more the number of shares, the higher the reach. You got to make sure that your reach is your North Star metric, because when people share your video, it means that they liked something about it, they actually got some value and they finally shared it. Otherwise, when they like it, they liked the video. When they commented, they found more value, so they commented on it. If they saved it, they found value, they want to retrieve it later as well. But when they share it, they're sharing it with the world. That means they got so much value that they want to share it with other people too. So make shares as your North Star metric in your Instagram reels, in your brand account, so that you can grow month on month, year on year by millions. In the body, what can you do? Number one is educate. You can educate your users by giving them tutorials of your products, your services, what do you do, your apps, so on and so forth. Second, give them tips and tricks about your industry, about your niche, whatever your company does. IT, CCTV, jewelry, banking, whatever. Give them tips and tricks about safe banking. Give them tips and tricks about the new food joints if you're a food joint. Give them tips and tricks about the new places that you can travel to if you're a travel person, so on and so forth. So just in these examples, if you see, on my left, there's an example of a person who's doing transitions as a fashion influencer, educating you how to wear, how to pair a couple of outfits. Then there is a food blogger who's telling you what are the new places opened up recently. And then there is me telling you 10 more websites of monetizing your content, right? So what are you trying to do? You're trying to educate the audience more than anything else. Secondly, like I told you, the 3 E's of social media after educate is entertain. Now you might be wondering, does entertainment have a bigger audience? Does humor have a bigger audience? Yes, humor has a very big audience. Because everybody wants to laugh a little bit on everyday basis. Like everybody wants to share a nice laugh in the end of the day. Now, having said that, entertainment as a whole category is belonging to a lot of new upcoming creators in the last 3 years. But you can use it as a brand by showcasing the trends on Instagram audios, the talent that you have, the memes that you can share, all of this, again, the memes if your brand allows it. All of this with only one intention, which is getting more and more people to view what you're showcasing, what you're trying to do, and whatever is your brand going to do eventually, because you are going to get a lot of traction via Reels. Mind you, you are going to. There are so many agencies, so many companies only doing Reels, and most of them doing entertaining Reels just for showcasing the fun that they have as a company, which can attract more clients, which can attract more employees, so on and so forth. So you can either dance, you can either show your talent, or simply showcase and visualize and picture out memes for all the meme lovers. All right. In the body, the third E, which is empower, which means inspiring your audience, sharing a real life story, sharing an advice with your experience, sharing a failure which motivates them, sharing anything which elevates their thoughts, elevates them, and motivates them too. That's all about empowerment. So you have to either empower them, entertain them, or educate them. You can do a perfect blend and a perfect mix of these three as well. And remember, higher the shares, higher the reach in all the cases, all sorts of contents. All right, let's move on to a few techniques that you can use to create some engaging, interesting, and enthralling videos on your Instagram Reels. The first technique of Instagram Reels is remixing somebody else's reel. Now imagine that this reel on your left hand side is a nice reel and you would like to give a reaction to this reel. Imagine there is one person over here, instead of that there are 15 people clapping, and you would want to record a reaction for the same. So what can you do? You click on the three dots which you see below the aeroplane. You click on remix this reel, and then you can record your reaction next to it, or let the reel of the other person play first and then record your reaction to it and post it as well. Reels with good remixes also generate higher reach. An example is over here, which you can see later on. Number 2 is transitions. Transitions have proven to be one of the best techniques to grab somebody's attention, specifically your target audience. Whether you're a brand, whether you are an individual, whether you are a freelancer, whether you're a consultant, whether you are working for a brand, whoever you are. Why transitions? Because they simply grab attention. Clapping and changing your outfit, walking in the door and then moving out of a different door for a travel influencer, walking out of their home, going into Himalayas and walking out of a door there. Merging the two, editing them, smooth transitions is what people need. Second, you can obviously do something which is not seen before. Jumping on your chair, jumping and sitting, coming in the video like literally like this, like a jump, or taking an entire turn and then starting your video, or with a special gesture like hello beautiful people can also be done as a transition. And not only this, I'll tell you why transitions work. The reason behind transitions working is a psychological thing. Humans are bound to stop at things which break their pattern. So it is called pattern breaking. After the third second of the video in your reels that you consume, you notice that a lot of people have a specific animation or a text coming in or a pop sound or something. What it does is it is called pattern interruption. When you're consuming a video which is on and on and on, it doesn't excite you so much. But this video played, suddenly there's a scene coming in, I come again. Suddenly there is a pop sound coming in, I come again. Transitions, animations are going to help you increase your watch time. And your end goal to make a reel is to make the audience finish watching the reel. Right or wrong? I'm sure it is right. Another technique is role play. You yourself, like a lot of brands are doing this, a lot of individual creators are doing this. You as an individual, what you can do is play two different roles of you becoming your father and the son, you becoming your mom and the son, you becoming a client and the customer both. Just change your outfit, change your attire, add a mustache or something, add a little bit of a wig or something. Whatever works for you. All the creators are doing only this technique so much more. I'll tell you why. Because instead of this kind of a video, which is directly on a normal video, when I tell you a story as me being somebody and then me being somebody else, it compels your attention, it takes your attention to another level because you are then consuming a story, and in the end I'm also giving away the information, education or entertainment to you, right? So you can try role plays if that suits you. Introduce a new character altogether. It can be, if you're a financial influencer, it can be the fintech expert Tarun, and then Tarun the novice, right? Makes sense? So try doing role plays. It's going to help you a lot, and try watching this video. It is going to be an example of how a role play can be done. Another important technique for your Instagram videos is AR filter. The one most basic thing which is AR filter, like Instagram AR has grown from here to here in the last 3 years, and it's going to keep growing. It's supposedly one of the trends of 2023, and it's going to make sure that brands start integrating AR in their Instagram strategies and social media strategies too. What can you do? By selecting a green screen AR filter from your Instagram stories, putting a background of whatever you want to talk about. If you're explaining a different topic or a difficult topic, imagine the background is me explaining the same topic, and there is an entire thing that I've written. I can simply point at things because I don't have a green screen. I can do that. I can act and do different characters with an AR filter. I can add a different flair in my videos, like there can be a normal video, there can be me dancing with disco lights filter. Then there can be me with an old filter, the old version of me giving an advice to the younger version of me. AR filters are the hacks to your facial changes, your role plays, or simply getting a green screen, zooming into your videos, zooming out of your videos, speaking with a different voice, so on and so forth. AR filters do one thing, which is grab the attention of your audience. Once again, pattern interruption, pattern breaking, rather than just one person talking to the camera. This is by far the most popular technique of 2023 and 2022 and 2021 and 2020. Why? Because this guy, the Khaby Lame, from a nobody to a superstar on social media, has spoken 0 words and earned millions of followers on Instagram just by his simple humor, by picking up a video which is funny and doing the entire video in his own way, and ending the video just by a signature step, which is this. Watch these videos to understand more. So you can do this as well. Find videos in which you don't have to speak so much. Like for example, you can take a video with an audio which is trending. Like for example, top 3 services that we provide. It can be you're just pointing and editing. You can add the services over here. Don't want to speak? Use the Khaby Lame technique and make the most of your Instagram reels. Brilliant, brilliant, and brilliant. If somebody can create that kind of an impact without even speaking a word, imagine what you can do, my friend. Right or right? I'm sure it's right. Another technique is creating shareable videos. Now, what are shareable videos? People share only things that are relatable to them. But relatability is subjective. How do you judge relatability for a person? You judge relatability by going back to that one question, which is who are you creating content for? Who is your target audience? What do they like to consume? If I like your content, if I get entertained, educated, or empowered, I will share it with my friends on my story or somewhere else too. Get it? All right. The third part of your reel structure is CTAs. The end. CTA equals to call to action. You might be wondering, why do we need a CTA? Simply because I've consumed your content, I've come till the end of the video, you got to give me something to do now, which can be following you. Ask the people to follow you. Second, ask them to check the link in bio and fill your forms. Third, ask them to comment something, ask them to read the caption. What happens when you do this? People take action only when told. Check out the link in bio now is an example of a CTA. You don't want to miss out on this caption. It's valuable. Please make sure you share this with 3 of your friends. Tag 5 of your friends. I am doing the next workshop on 29th of January 2023. Enroll now. All of these things are options, examples of CTAs. Right or wrong? Exactly right. So this is what is going to help you get more shareability, get more people to spend more time on your videos, and increase the value of your reel. Secondly, don't want a CTA, create a loop based video. Loop videos, these are videos which don't have a CTA at all. They start, and when they end, you don't know when did they end. So it is a loop that they form. Like for example, me showing you that I'm making a coffee. I made the coffee, I poured the coffee, I took it over here, I dipped a croissant, had a bite, had a sip, and the video starts again from me taking the coffee to dipping the croissant to having a sip. You will never know when did this video start or end it. This is going to increase your views, shareability, and experience of the audience as well. Example is already attached for you. Please go through it and then let's see how it functions. Incorporate loop based videos. If you're a food brand, they're going to work like magic. If you're a brand like Lego, you can incorporate that too. If a brand which is into construction, incorporate that as well. People will not be able to understand where did it start, where did it end. Right? Thank you so much and keep rocking.